Hello guys, this is Soji and you're welcome to Soji Forex. In this video, I want to look briefly at how to identify a valid order block, valid support and resistance, valid supply and demand zone. So most of the time, the area we identify as area of support and resistance, supply and demand, or an order block often get broken. Now we keep wondering why are this area got broken. Okay, but before they want to do a quick analysis of the review we did this morning. This is about 1000. We were expecting price to pull into this zone. Presently price is in the zone and we are looking forward for a sell. Okay, then we did a review on crash 1000 and we are expecting this price to move to the upside, because from what we have seen, we said we already have a break of structure and we are looking forward for a buy. We have a break of structure here and this move. So here now we are looking forward for price to buy to the upside. Then we did one on at least 75 IS. Okay, and here is our review this morning. We said this is our order block and we want to see price return into this order block. And just as we predicted, this morning price is back to the order block. Price has pulled to the order block and already is pushing back to the upside. So this is already playing out. So in this video, I want to look at how do we identify a valid order block, valid support and resistance, valid supply and demand zone. So I'll be sharing with you what time frame you need to look out for. For this, for you to get the strongest signal, you need to watch out for H4. You can choose to watch out on your H4, your daily and your 1 hour. Okay, and then what do? There are two conditions that validate either a support or a resistance, order block or supply and demand zone. And one of the conditions is you need to see the impulsive move, the nature of the movement of the market from that zone. For instance, here we are in an uptrend because our market is giving us a lower low, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and a higher high. So at this zone, we have a break of structure. So which means our order block is this particular candle up here. Okay, so a bearish order block is the last bullish candle, and which is that order block. So for us to validate this particular order block, which is this, and see it as a valid zone, it needs to have two characteristics. Characteristics number one, we want to see an impulsive move. You can see the nature of candles that move from this zone. You can see bearish, bearish, bearish. You can see the strength of a 4-hour candles that move from this zone. So a retail trader cannot move price in this direction with such strength. So this is an institutional candle and that is a valid zone. The characteristic number two, we want the zone to sweep liquidity. And of course, in this area, we have liquidity that was sweep to give us a break of structure. So looking at this zone here, which break our structure, we have a liquidity sweep because there is a liquidity sitting at this higher low. So there is a liquidity sweep from that zone and that validates this order block. Alright, so moving further now we are in a downtrend for the break of structure, and here now we are having our lower low, higher low, and we have a lower low. Okay, so what is the next indicator? We need to validate this particular high, this particular lower high. Okay, and for this particular lower high to be valid, we need to see impulsive move, and you can see this bearish candle that move here. You can see how it engulfed the previous candle. So the strength of it, and from there you can see this bearish candle that follows up. So this is a sign of an institutional movement. A retail trader cannot move market this way. Then number two, this price sweep liquidity. There is a liquidity sitting at this bottom, and all of this liquidity were being taken by the movement of this price, and that is a valid reason for us to identify this zone as a valid order block. You can call it as a valid resistance, as the case may be, because it has proven to be a valid resistance, a valid support zone, a valid supply zone. So this is how to identify your valid zone as far as price is concerned. This is 4 hours, and if you look at this particular area, from here market has been bullish. All the way from this side, price has been going bullish. Okay, this is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, this did not, higher high, higher low, and price couldn't hold it. This was broken. So we have a valid order block at that region. Here is our valid order block. This is our valid order block. And remember, we say for an order block to be valid, we want to see an impulsive move. And look at the nature of candle formation. Bearish, bearish, bearish. So the strength and the movement of that candle. And then secondly, we say we want to see the candle sweep away liquidity. And the candle sweep away this liquidity. So we chose the strength of that candle. Okay, you can say we have 3 consecutive bearish candles on a 4-hour time frame. It sweep away this liquidity, break structure, and you can see that price respected that zone. So this is our area of supply, our area of resistance. And look at when price pulled back to that zone, it respected, because what we are seeing there is an institutional movement. In the same way, what we are having here now, if you look at the movement of price here, you will know that this movement of price within this zone is an institutional movement based on the nature of candle that move out of this zone. Okay, I am referring to this other block that we are having here. So you can see how price move out of this zone. Very strong move. Bullish, bullish, bullish. So this is a strong impulsive move from a zone, and you can see, and what happened, it took away liquidity. This liquidity line here was taken. There's a liquidity here, and that liquidity was taken by this move, and that is what validates this demand zone. And as you can see, when price came back, it's able to withhold price. All right, another significant thing to use to identify a valid supply or demand candle is that you will also see something like a fair value gap. So if you look at this candle, you will realize that there is a fair value gap. Can you see? That shaded portion is a fair value gap, and it takes an institutional movement to create a fair value gap on a higher time frame such as 4 hours to daily. So a retail trader can't move price in this direction. So these are simple ways. So you can mark this place your support, your area of demand, and it is valid because of the nature of the movement of the price. And that is why some of the places you marked are not valid. For instance, if you were to mark this zone now as your resistance for this price that is coming from, it will not work. Why? Because of the nature of the movement of price from that zone is not a valid movement. So that is how to identify those zones. Okay, you can see that here price has been bullish. Look at the nature of movement of price from this zone. Bullish, bullish, bullish candle. You can see this movement. Here we have an imbalance on this 4 hour. This particular 4 hour candle is having an imbalance. I'm referring to this one. You can see all the movement of this movement is to fill this imbalance. And look at institutional movement again. 1, 2, 3. So this is a valid zone, and that is why we marked this zone this morning. And you can see how price came and is holding price. Why? Because of the nature of the movement from here. So this is a valid zone. This as well is also a valid zone. Okay, so we also know that there is an institutional movement from this zone. So this is how you can identify institutional movement. And you look at this move from here, takes away liquidity. It is that move that takes away this particular liquidity that is sitting at this upside. So here we have a liquidity sitting here that is lying here, and then this candle too, it is a confirmation for us that where we are is a valid zone. And I believe you have learned something new from this video. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever I publish our next video.